Welcome. We are back. It is Michelle Shirley here, CEO and Chief Heart Officer for Be Strong International. Happy New Year. We are excited to be here in 2023. So many amazing things are happening for Be Strong. We are coming in hot, okay? We are excited about all of the things that we are doing. Social Yaks have done like record sales, and so we're really excited about that. As a matter of fact, in the coming months, we'll be going to Tennessee and presenting at a huge national youth conference. And so we're really excited about that. Also, we have our upcoming fundraiser where we are bringing in people from all over Miami Dade and Broward to support our work again this year, April 27th at the Rusty Pelican. So please go to our website to see how you can support us. And of course, if you've never heard of us, our mission is to move individuals and families from brokenness to wholeness. We do that through heart skills education, what we call healthy relationships education. And so what we want to do today is talk to you about Be Strong and the supporters of Be Strong. And most importantly, we have an amazing guest today, a supporter of Be Strong International, Miss Veiga Milton. She is the president of the Jose Milton Foundation. She's also our corporate social responsibility officer for United Property Management. So welcome, Anna, to the show. So glad to have you here.
Oh, thank you so much, Michelle. It is a pleasure to be here with you. You know, I'm a big fan of Be Strong and a big fan of yours. So it's very exciting to talk about it. I'm all about families, children, making sure that they have a bright future and they have all the opportunities, that they can, take advantage of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I know there's a lot of people that know you because you are basically on the scene doing so much amazing work, not just for Be Strong, but for so many nonprofits across Miami. Why don't you share some of the organizations that you're supporting today and why you're passionate about those causes?
Well, my personal mission is to help, kids in education. And also our family's mission is in healthcare to make sure that every person in Miami-Dade County, at least, because this is where we are, that they have access to really good quality healthcare. Yeah. So I do that through my service to Jackson Health Foundation because I think our public health system is actually probably the best one in the country. It's definitely one of the most largest and most robust. Yeah. And the amount of investment that our community has made into this health system is incredible. And we've helped. So we named the newest hospital, which is built during COVID, which is something amazing. Wow. It's right off the Palmetto Expressway, and it's right in the border of Doral. It's an area where they called it a healthcare desert. Wow. And the Jose Milton Memorial Hospital went up there, and it is a fabulous facility.
Congratulations.
People actually love going.
Oh, my God.
It's amazing. But I've had friends who call me and say, how did you know that I was at they call it your hospital. How did you know? Because they treated me like a VIP. And I said, first of all, I did not know you were in the hospital.
Right. That's a HIPAA law.
Exactly. I did not tell them anything. They treat everyone as a VIP. So, and they're
beautiful.
And they're very, they're actually very consistent with Be Strong's theme and mission. It's about family.
Yes.
So they don't just cater to the individual. Some hospitals and doctors look at the sickness. Or what's making you ill. They look at the whole individual, and then they also look at the family.
I love that.
How can we help this individual and their family get better? Because when a family member's ill, everyone's ill.
Yeah.
I mean,
mentally, spiritually, emotionally, it's the whole thing.
And you
I
need
love that
strength, that Be Strong, to get over it. And they understand that.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of that aspect. And then on education, I love STEM. So science, technology, engineering, and math. And especially getting women and minorities in STEM because there are not that many.
Right.
And it's an open field. And it's a way to a career in STEM really gives you a heads up. And it takes you out of poverty. Yeah. It really does.
Yeah,
so my dad, I was born in Cuba. They left Cuba when I was 1 because of the Castro regime. My dad found work within a month building the first radar system in the Canary Islands in Spain. Wow. Then after that, he ran into a CIA agent who happened to be Cuban-American. And they said, the United States is wide open for engineers. So my dad said, applied, got in within I think 2 or 3 weeks, we were in New York. Wow. So it is amazing what a STEM degree can take you. So in engineering, math, science, any of those related, there's no language barriers because math is universal. So I really try to encourage students, especially if they have some aptitude for math and science or a love of, how things work, go into science, go into engineering, because you never know where you land, in the world.
That's true.
And there's opportunities, everywhere.
That's so true.
That's my personal mission, is to try to convince more kids to get into STEM. And as a matter of fact, I'm very proud. I have 7 students from the 5,000 role models.
Oh,
and why I bring this up
that's an amazing
because
program.
Monday was Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday.
Yes.
And we celebrated with the biggest event in the country put on by the 5,000 role models and Congresswoman Frederica Wilson.
Yes.
So the Congresswoman set up the 5,000 role models, and I have every year one young man, I give him a $20,000 scholarship over 4 years.
That's wonderful.
But more important than that, we mentor them.
Yeah.
We form a community. We talk about them. I invited 2 of them to come, and my first scholarship recipient, Ronaldo, he's an IT professional. So he graduated from FIU a few years back, has a great job, is traveling the country with his company.
That's awesome.
And, a Haitian refugee. Amazing, right?
Amazing.
So we're very proud of that.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. I mean, you're doing incredible work. And I know that the organizations and the partners that you've created over the years are super thankful for all that you're doing. And I know we met through Danielle.
Yes.
About GEMS. Tell me about how you fell in love with GEMS, or what captured you with GEMS.
So Girls Empowerment Mastery Session.
Yeah.
So GEMS is fantastic. And it came, for me personally, it came at a great time because it was during COVID. And I had met Danielle, I think 2 weeks before COVID hit.
Right.
And I was supposed to speak to some students, and that got delayed. We were, what's going on with this COVID thing? We don't know.
Yeah.
And so we've stayed in touch.
Yeah,
she's
absolutely.
wonderful.
Absolutely.
And she, it just happened. She calls me up, talks to me about GEMS, and it was great because my niece back then was 11 years old.
Right.
And then she participated. I had a couple people from our company, which I sponsored to participate in the group. And I showed up at a couple of the sessions. And it was just really great because those girls they were lost in COVID, and it was kind of nice to connect with them.
And it was hard too. And I think that particular age group, that 9 to about 12, 13 is where you realize we really want to capture those girls. Mm-hmm. Middle school is a completely different world from elementary. Yeah. And there's difficulty in finding programs that can help them transition well in, their mental space and emotionally, how they're feeling, how their bodies are changing, their confidence. And so I do want to openly say thank you for your continued support of
my
GEMS.
Pleasure. It's a great program, and I look forward to seeing,
absolutely
what's going
more
on
we can do.
More we can do. Yes,
definitely. Tell me about the gala. I know we spoke earlier a little bit about this gala that you're putting on for the school board. Talk about that. Share.
So this year I'm chairing. This is its 8th year, and I'm chairing the Foundation for New Education Initiatives for the Love of Learning Gala. And this gala supports public schools. So it was, the foundation was originally founded by our past superintendent, Alberto Carvalho. And now he's off to California.
Of course, yes. I see him. I still watch him sometimes. I'm still like, what are you doing over there?
Yeah. But it's fantastic because, his expertise, it's great that he's lending that expertise to California because they really need it.
Absolutely,
So we're in a really good place. Our new superintendent,
he's amazing.
Is amazing.
He is amazing.
He's great. So we've, it's been a great transition. Mm-hmm. And I'm very happy because this will be his first year. For this gala.
Nice, yes.
So the Foundation for New Education Initiatives is really great because they provide all that support to programs that, public schools need and cannot do themselves.
Yeah.
So, and they connect the community to the schools. Yeah. So we induct, I think this year it's 6 or 7, including the new Justice of the Supreme Court.
Okay.
Induct them into the Alumni Hall of Fame, which I'm a public school graduate. So nice. I went to Southwest Miami High School.
Okay.
I'm an Eagle.
All right. Go Eagles.
Eagle country. And I just had a great experience in public school. And I think our public schools are much more amazing than they were back then. So kids can do anything they want to do. Yeah. And so it's great to be able to support them. I also have another school which I support, Miami Art Studio. We built out the first public free recording studio. for students. So you can go in there, record music, songs. You can record a speech.
Wow.
They also have a legal program in the school, but it's a Mega Magnet award-winning. It's down in the west part of the county. And it's just
great.
amazing. But any public school student, actually any student, because I said just because you go to a private school doesn't mean you can afford,
That's
a
true.
couple $1,000
And there's so
to
many-
spend
yeah.
in a recording studio.
Yeah.
So it's a free recording studio, and anyone can sign up to use it.
That's really nice.
And the kids also, my favorite part is the kids learn the technical aspects behind running one of these studios, because
Yeah.
it's computers.
Yeah,
It's IT.
it's all
It's
IT.
all
Yeah, it's all electrical
electrical engineering
Yeah.
and sound engineering.
Yeah, sound
So
engineering.
I'm
Yeah.
very excited about that.
Yeah.
And then we named the Performing Arts Center, which is at that school next to it. And that's another opportunity for kids to learn how to not only manage an event, but also do the technical aspects behind it.
Yeah.
I always tell people it's great to be in front of the camera like we are,
Right.
but the trick is to be behind the camera and the editing because that's a job you have for life.
Yeah, that's true. And the way that our world is changing with everything media related and marketing and selling and product development, all those things, you really need that piece on the editing side and making sure that it can
Completely.
capture people's attention and really amazing footage and videos. And that's what kind of makes our world work right now, right? So
Absolutely.
getting the message out
And it's
there.
a skill that's transferable to almost anything you do.
You can do it at a nonprofit. I'm always looking for people to help us, right?
That's right. That's right.
Any field of work. That's true. That's absolutely true. I saw you this weekend.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks to you.
So, Michelle is a new inductee, I guess,
Right.
to the Miami Women Who Rock.
Right.
So that's very exciting.
Yeah. How did you
Yeah.
get involved in that with Emily?
Oh my God.
She
So
texted me. I'm
I
like,
was-
Emily, oh my God, I can't believe this.
I was
Yeah.
part. Did you know Emily before?
No. No.
I was hoping this would be like a whole new group.
This
for
is
you
a whole
to-
new group. Yeah. This is a whole new group.
So I'm part of the Founders Circle. So Emily actually is the mastermind
Right,
behind
right.
Miami Women Who Rock, and she's actually expanding it now to different cities.
Oh, that's
but she is really amazing. She's like a marketing
is.
PR genius.
She is.
And and she has a lot of challenges and struggles, which she openly
Shares.
speaks
She
about
did.
and shares.
And
Yeah.
we talked a
Which
little
it
bit about
kind of
that.
gives you, it's inspirational,
It
to
is.
see that
It
she
is.
keeps, pushing along, and
Yeah.
she's very philanthropic. There's always a philanthropic component to this group, but it's very professional.
Yeah.
And women from all over the county,
Right.
really.
Get
So
selected.
it's a great,
It's exciting.
It's
And I think the event is in May,
April.
April.
Could be May.
Emily, don't kill us if
I
you're
only
watching.
live-
Don't kill us
I
if you're
live 1
watching.
month at a time.
Like day to day, trying to keep up with
Yeah.
the calendar.
I
That's
still can't believe
amazing.
it's 2023.
I know. And we are like starting off on a bang, right? It just seems like event planning and all the things that we have to do keep coming up, and we're doing
You
amazing
have to,
things. and
you have to reinvent yourself and your organization almost
Yeah.
monthly or weekly.
all the time.
All the time.
Yeah. And figuring out how I love connecting people, even if I'm not able to serve them. So that's always something that we do. So I think, too, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
How can people find out more about the foundation? Are you open to other organizations applying? Is there a process? Tell them a little bit about how that works in connecting with you.
Yeah, so our foundation is very, and our family company as well.
Right.
We're very hands-on, and the family's super involved. So while I don't take grants,
Right.
unless people ask me and we talk
Yeah,
and
yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
I'm always willing to meet people and see what they're doing. But right now, like for the next couple of years, I'm pretty overcommitted. I keep getting myself involved in things.
She's like, I can't
And
say no.
I can't say
I'm
no.
like, yeah.
I do. I'm learning to say no because my whole point of doing the foundation is to stay hyper focused. Because if you start giving here and here and here and spreading
Yeah.
yourself too thin, you really don't make it.
Yeah.
So I'm all about focusing, and that's why I do healthcare education, and research, which is
Right.
part of the
Which is great.
education. So I'm very
Yeah.
involved with the University of Miami. I'm a
Yeah.
trustee, and that's a big focus for us. For me, it's very important that for a city to grow and be very successful, you need a really solid university. And we are very fortunate in South Florida because we have a great Miami Dade College is the top. We have the University of Miami, which is the top private.
Woo, go Canes, yeah.
And then we have FIU, which is
Absolutely.
amazing. I mean, that's
Yeah.
where most of the locals who
Go.
don't want to go
Yeah.
away go. And it has great
Incredible.
programs, and it keeps UM on its toes.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what I tell them, be careful. There's
Yeah,
FIU.
exactly.
So, and then we have Nova and
Yeah,
Barry. I
that's
mean,
true.
we are, and St. Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
So we are
We don't wanna leave anybody out.
No, Florida Memorial.
I
Wow,
know.
we have a great aviation program at Florida Memorial. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's crazy how many universities we have. So for me,
That are
it's very
really good.
important because, we have to go. I first got involved in philanthropy through the Zoo Miami Foundation.
I was going to
believe it or not.
ask you about that
Yes.
next. Yes.
And the reason was because I grew up in the Miami, with the cocaine runners, with the Miami Vice, with the Miami Beach party scene. I mean, I would go to clubs and people would do coke on the line. It's horrible.
wow,
horrible.
yeah.
And I was like, and people were saying, Miami's not a place to raise a family. Well, you deal with that. It's very hard to raise a family in Miami because you have so many things
much going
pulling,
on.
and kids are being pulled in every direction. It's hard to be a kid. And I just said, I need to focus on a place that stands for family. And I thought the zoo. So because the zoo, I grew up, going to the zoo. I had my superlatives. I was voted most likely to succeed in high school. And we did our photos at the zoo.
I wish we
It was a
had the
new
yearbook
zoo.
picture right now that we could pull up to show.
No.
He's like, no.
But but the zoo. So the zoo for me meant family, and I said I need
That's
to support
beautiful.
the zoo because I want it to be a place where families can gather and get out of this, Miami.
Yeah, the
party.
vibe, the nightlife, the
Yeah.
scene, and there's
I
so
wanted
much.
to be a place where you could raise your family because
Yeah.
I wanted to stay here.
You're right.
I wanted
Yeah,
to
yeah,
raise.
yeah.
And exactly that. I
that's
mean,
beautiful.
Zoo Miami is great. It's the place where like divorced dads take their kids and they don't know where to go, and and families go. And so I really
Yeah.
love that. And then it has a STEM. So
Component
I guess
to it.
subconsciously I realized that
Yeah.
it had a STEM component.
Yeah.
A rather large because it's
that's
biology and
great.
zoology and they do a lot of things with animals.
Yeah.
And even now they're doing the emotional kind of
Moving
stuff
into
with
that
animals.
piece. Yeah,
Because
wow.
animals need nurturing and they need enrichment.
Everyone needs it.
Everyone
And I think that's where we,
But
fall short.
teaching kids through animals, it's much easier.
Absolutely.
than
And they don't
teaching.
realize
They don't
that they're
realize,
bonding
right?
with
It's called
those animals. Yes.
experiential learning because they're there and they don't even know they're
You're
learning.
correct. Yep.
So that's how I first got,
that's nice.
involved in philanthropy. But family to me is really the most important thing. And I think universities, all our university systems help counter that bad vibe, party, town kind of atmosphere.
Yeah. And I think people should really look into Zoo Miami because a couple years back, we did a retreat there. And what they did was they split us up into groups and we had to kind of do like it was like a scavenger hunt, sort of like informational questionnaire. And you had to go to each little exhibit and understand what was going on and write it on your sheet. And we were competing against each other and they made it a really fun event for our team. And, my team didn't win, but at the end we had fun and then we were able to eat there. So it's really a great place. And I think it offers more than what we know. So I would say to any organization out there, if you want to do retreats there, definitely reach out to Zoo Miami because we did that a few years
sure.
back and it was really amazing
Yes,
experience.
for sure. And now, I don't know if you know, but Feast with the Beast, which is our big event, almost 1,000 people come to the zoo in the evening to eat, drink, have animal encounters.
Right.
It's back. So we had a 3-year hiatus.
Of course, everything's
Everything's
back.
on, I think, March 3rd. It was, I think it's March 3rd. It's the Friday, the first Friday in March.
Okay.
But I'm very excited about that because we take a bunch of people from our company, so our team members.
That's nice.
And it's a great bonding opportunity, like to bring your coworkers and to bond in some place that's not, because you feel like you're on vacation when you're at the zoo.
Right.
So you kind of feel like you're not here.
Is it something where you pay an admission group and all of that? Okay, perfect.
It's the biggest fundraiser.
Okay,
for
got it.
Miami.
It's
So it's like
fundraiser. So that's a good spin
$250
on
a
it.
ticket.
Yeah.
If you go in a group,
That's a
you
good
can
spin on
probably
it.
work
Yeah.
out a discount, and then there's a VIP ticket and sponsorships.
Yeah.
They're
No,
like
it's great.
$500.
When it's a fundraiser, I feel like people are drawn to that and they end up having fun but supporting a good cause, and that's a win-win.
Well,
So
if
I
you
think
go to
that's
dinner
great.
nowadays with a bottle of wine, you're gonna spend
At least $200 bucks.
Exactly.
At least $200.
At least.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So
here,
that's true.
You
get to
be
support
in a different-
something.
yes.
Yeah.
And it's great because you're walking the zoo, and the zoo in the evening is so nice.
Really?
Because you don't have the heat. And you
I
don't
know,
and
because
there's
I
the
went
sun
during the
blazing.
daytime. I felt like the
It's-
animals were tired and the sun was so hot. And my kids were like, "Wake up, Lion! I want to see you do something." I'm like, "Well, it's hot."
It is hot.
So in the summertime, it was.
But
pretty
I will
intense.
give you a little tidbit.
Right.
It's actually in a very elevated part of Miami-Dade County. So we're pretty much flat.
Right.
Which is why we have all these, sea water encroachment and problems. But it happens to be that where Zoo Miami is, it's a little bit more elevated than the rest of the county. So it's maybe a degree or two cooler at Zoo Miami than it is everywhere else.
Summertime, I was dying. I was like, oh my God.
But yeah, they have the little water.
They do.
Kids don't feel it. We feel it, but kids don't.
Yeah, I felt it. My husband was like, oh, I'm tired. I'm already we didn't even do half the park yet. Yeah, he was already ready to go.
Well, the trick is to get a membership and go often, but for short periods of time.
Oh, that's
maybe spend a couple of hours there.
That's true.
And it's close to
to our office. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's one of the things I love about Be Strong. Sometimes the southern part of the county gets neglected. I hate to say.
Can we say that again? Most people know this, but
everything's the urban core and down.
Yeah.
So and also the northern part sometimes.
Yeah.
But the southern part is vital.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely
really important. And that you guys are there. That was one of the things that first attracted me to Be Strong, is that you cover an area where those people don't have that many services.
Absolutely.
In the South. And now it's getting better. But
much
the zoo's
better
there and that whole southern part.
And there's some amazing organizations in the South too. Branches we've got.
Yes, but that's
Gang Alternative. We've got some other amazing organizations.
Well, it's starting.
In the South.
That's what I'm saying. It's good.
Yeah,
you guys were there for a long time.
We were there for a long time.
Thanks for that.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, we're going to move into our second segment of our game, which is Social Yaks. We encourage you to buy this game. It really, really helps people to connect and increases empathy and vulnerability. And we've been doing this game even with corporate organizations, and it's really been a hit. We recently did it with MasterCard. We went to Big Brothers and Big Sisters. They bought like 100 games. We've gotten amazing support from people. So the quick plug, if you're in an organization and you want to work on your culture and you want to have maybe some sort of retreat, we can come in and definitely provide that as a service to you. So we're going to play it.
Awesome.
And the first section of the game or segment is breaking the ice. And so you're going to pick a card from this polar bear thing and you're going to answer it. And we're going to learn a little bit more about Anna this morning.
Oh, that's a good one. You collect anything.
Okay.
So, let's see, in the 90s, it was all about collecting.
Right.
Even the Toy Stories. Remember, one of the Toy Story 2, I think, was all about collecting. So I do have a pretty nice stamp collection, believe it or not. Yep.
Wow.
So I do collect stamps. And then... and I hate to say this because I collect clothes.
What woman doesn't collect clothes?
Yeah, right.
But is it like vintage couture type clothing?
Well,
or
it becomes vintage couture after I've had it for 20 years. So
is your husband okay with you collecting clothing?
Because if you buy a pair of black pants, you should throw away a pair of black pants or give it away. I said, no, but they're a little different because...
They have this different kind of stitching, you see? And the material is stitching. So now I have straight pants.
That's right. And heels. You need your longer and your for the different length heels.
He's not buying it. He's just like, okay, whatever. Happy wife, happy life is what they say.
Well, until I'm slowly creeping into his closet. So he's not happy. He's not happy. But, I attach memories to outfits. And even clothes. So sometimes I look at my closet, I go, I haven't worn this in years. But last time I wore it, my son was this, or I wore it for my daughter's graduation, and then I put it back.
Yeah, that's so cute.
But I need to start taking pictures of things and then throw them away.
Me too.
That's easy.
I'm not good at taking pictures.
If you take pictures of something and then you could let it go, give it to someone else to enjoy, and then you still have the picture.
Yeah, wow.
So that's my collection.
That is so funny. Okay, let's pull another one from the polar bear.
Oh, what did you want to be when you were younger? That's interesting. My first thing, I wanted to be an MD. I wanted to be a doctor. And I would have all these kits about bones and skeletons and all kinds of stuff. Blood didn't faze me. Still today, if someone has stitches, I say, you don't have to go to the doctor, get them removed. I'll do it for you.
And I got to visit your hospital. I got to visit your...
it's actually really fun.
See how we can partner too.
Yeah, let me know. Maybe we can bring a group there. They love to do tours. And they have the best cafeteria, by the way. They actually partner with the Miami Dade College Culinary School. So they have interns there.
Stop it.
Because there's so few places where people can learn how a restaurant or a cafeteria in a hospital
works. Yeah.
It's different.
That's
the different, the way you prepare the food for the patients and stuff is different. So it really is
That's cool.
So that's what I wanted to be when I was younger. And then I became practical, and I no, this is very sad, but I had so many friends that wanted to be MDs, and I really didn't think they were that bright. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to be a doctor. I think I'm going to be an engineer. And now I tell people, so I know a lot of like my daughter's friends and my kids' friends who want to be doctors or MDs.
Yeah.
And I said, if you study biomedical engineering, you can have a master's in 5 years, especially at UM. Some other schools take a little bit longer for a master's. And you can help a lot of people at the same time. While you're an MD, you only help one patient at a time.
Oh, that's
so I have convinced so many people who wanted to do that MD track to go into biomedical engineering, because I really do think it's the future.
Yeah.
The future is the body engineered.
Yeah.
Not so much.
So true. So true.
Medicine is more like an art.
Yeah.
But if you look at the body and you kind of treat it as
and you figure out what works with you well,
there's
and what,
all kinds of.
That's true.
The way the blood goes through the veins is like water. It's water pressure and plumbing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the
That's a good way to
brain
look at it.
and it's an electrical system.
Yeah.
So you have electrical
That's so true.
engineers. So you have electrical, mechanical. It's all these engineering put together in the body.
I went to UM too initially for med school, and then I was Bio 150 kind of weeded me out, and then I was just like, I don't know if I want to do this.
Well, I thought so too. And, I really do think that going into the medical field, I mean, I love nursing, but medical MD is very difficult for women and for minorities, because it's a very long career.
Yeah.
We don't do it like they do it in South America.
And you need
Europe.
support.
You need a lot of
support that entire year, those years.
Yeah.
And if your parents are still hoping and, wanting you to be successful, and they're still struggling to pay for you to go through it, or if you don't get a scholarship, it can be tough.
So I tell kids who want to go to MD, start with engineering. You might stay there. And if not, at least you can make good money so that you can prepare yourself to go to med school.
That's good. Yeah. Well, I switched to business. I love where I am. And I'm still helping people.
Exactly.
From whole, which is
exactly.
amazing.
Exactly.
All right. So next level up, we'll do about one.
Okay. If
Social yak. So that's getting social.
If you could witness any event, past, present, or future, what would it be? That's a really interesting one. So there's just so many events in the past. But you know what? I'm not a history girl, even though I do love history now.
Right.
I didn't love history when I was younger, but I do enjoy history and how it repeats, unfortunately, so many times. I wish people would learn from the past. But I would love to go into the future and see what's up.
Really?
Yeah. I would.
That's cool.
I would love to go to the future and see what's up.
That's cool.
Maybe prevent some things from happening.
I know. All right, let's dig a little deeper.
Okay. What do you regret not doing? I have my only regret in life is not having done a study abroad program.
Really?
When I was at the university.
Why?
Because I am risk averse. My family is...
Really?
We're immigrants, right? When you come from an immigrant family...
Everything is like, no, don't do that.
No, and save money.
Yeah.
My dad would rather not eat than not have insurance.
Wow.
So we've always been this risk averse, and that's how I was raised. And going to a foreign country, and then I also wanted to make money quickly, so I graduated in 3 years, and I was like, I am not
gonna be,
going to take another semester off. But I just barely thought about it, and then years later, I was like, I can't believe I didn't do that.
Yeah.
That would have been so cool.
Yeah.
Even a summer, go abroad and live somewhere.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. All right.
That's my biggest regret, which is not that bad.
Awesome. Wow. Well, people now know more about you, which is pretty cool, which is why I love this game.
Yes.
So the last part of the game, it flips a little bit. Mm-hmm. And I have to, as a player, say something about you. And so this says, how would you inspire my confidence to stay strong during difficult times? So I would say to you, Anna, if you were going through anything difficult, I think I would inspire you by saying, look at what you've done. Look at what you've done for so many people in Miami. You may not ever meet those people in this life, but your legacy is so impactful, and people know you for the work that you've done. It's incredible what you've done. And so if you're going through a time in your life where you feel like, man, I don't feel great about myself today, or, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed by maybe all these requests, just take a minute to think about what you have done, the hospital you've built, and all these amazing kids that you're helping with 5,000 role models, the girls in GEMS, and just know that, God has truly blessed you. Yeah.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. Yes,
yeah.
I definitely do feel blessed every single day. And I do wake up sometimes frazzled,
Yeah. Yeah.
but, I'm grounded. So it's
great.
good to be grounded. It's great to have friends like you.
That's great. That's
Absolutely.
Great. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, big hearts to you.
Thank
So
you.
I don't know if you want to share any last words to the viewers about what you're doing or how they can, well, I know you said you're not open for solicitations, but maybe one last thing about the gala. That's the next thing you...
Sure, yeah. The
how they
gala's
can
coming up
support?
in February. So we're very excited about that and about, getting everyone to meet the superintendent because he hasn't really made
Absolutely.
a public appearance.
Yeah.
I think his first public appearance was at the Martin Luther King breakfast.
Okay.
On Monday, which
Nice.
was kind of nice, and he spoke to us.
Nice.
It's just, it's great to be here. And thank you so much for inviting me on your show.
Awesome. And so, of course, that wraps up our Be Strong show. I want to encourage you. It's 2023 and it's never too late to make new choices, to start over again, to reconcile relationships and to work on becoming whole. Love you. Talk to you soon. Bye.